Alright everyone, and welcome back to World of Tanks with Cradler90. I've got a handful of replays to throw at you today. Everything ranging from these lower tiered games to higher tiered games, and no games of me, so hooray, we don't have to watch someone just failing miserably, missing his shots, getting one of the most accurate guns, derping shots into the ground, and stuff like that. First game we have here is my clanmate Alexescobar in his M4 Sherman, Tier 5, in a beautiful matchup for the Tier 5 Sherman. He's going to just dirt-tastic his way through this entire lineup. It's basically all about him, not his teammates. First kill, Cruiser 4 just pops over this hill, uses that gun depression, and gets one kill. You're going to see he does a ton of damage. He gets 7 kills in this, and it's just something that you see once in a while from these M4s with their 75mm howitzer. I think it's a 75mm howitzer. Not entirely sure. Anyway, the other team doesn't really pose much of a fight against him. So you can see he's got a open top Martyr 38T that he just one-shots, and I don't know why he's using heat for some of these guys, but I think he just wanted to be dirty the entire game and really wreck stuff. Now here's a little interesting thing that happens. So he's firing heat right at this Wolverine, and you can see this first shot, tracks eat it. You don't want to fire heat into tracks. They'll just eat it no matter what, basically, even if it's like 450 mil heat from object 268 or something like that. Second, same thing. Now that's an open top Wolverine, so if he just gets it into the one of those like that right there into that turret armor, he's gonna go right through and just one-shot it. So he's on 3 kills already, only less than 2 minutes into the game. He's got heat loaded, and he's gonna go right through the mantlet of the Matilda. Matilda thought he was tough running through, but Escobar's got nothing on him. He's up to 5 kills already, 3 minutes into the game, and this is where probably using HE would have been helpful, but takes 2 shots instead of 1. VK knows that his fate is sealed and wanted to just get some extra damage and didn't even bother firing at Escobar. He's at 6 kills. He's rolling through. He didn't send me his after battle reports, so I know he obviously gets Top Gun. But I'm not sure if you get high caliber and sniper at this level. But once again, HE probably would have killed the PZSFL 4C there. And I'm sorry if you can hear background noise outside. There's some construction going on outside, so hopefully that doesn't... I have the window open because it's just so nice out today. And he's working his way through Wide Park here. Haven't played this map in forever. I think only low tiers get it, but I've been playing some low tiers, especially my tier 5s on my other account. And this Chiha knows better and starts moving, but unfortunately Escobar's aim is superior. So 2 left, and it's unfortunate. He doesn't get his 8th kill, doesn't get his Radley Walters. That guy goes down. T-34, Type T-34 has 3 health left, and I don't think he's gonna get to hit him. Nope. So let's just speed this up to the end of the game. I don't want this video being 30 minutes long for 3 replays. And just a second link. So that's the first replay. Now I'm going to bring you a game by my clan leader, Erbo. Alright guys, welcome back. Here we've got Erbo, or D-Eldar, in his E100, and Malacore in his Tier 10 Object 268 on Ruinberg. And this is going to make everyone want to go out and buy a E100, but just heed my warning here. This is probably the best matchmaking you'll see in an E100. We've got only 2 Tier 10s on each team, and the other team happens to have a T-57 Heavy and a Batchat, so not exactly the heaviest armored foes, though as you can see most E100 drivers, including Erbo, load only heat, which is one of those tanks that you expect to be shooting heat at you if you come across it. Now, like most, you're going to see just a killing field here. This is very good shooting and lucky by Erbo here. First kill, T-71, first blood, he's gone. and a cheeky 840 damage right away. Uh-oh, you can see this AMX 1375 is rolling through right as Erbo's about to reload. And that's 2 kills in a minute. Very nice on the E100. And you can see Erbo chats that he's got 2 down already. And the AMX 1375 retorts with what looks to be a stupid comment later. He says, "You got lucky." Well, we'll just see how lucky Erbo is in this game. It's pretty unlucky there. The enemy already, tier 8 already hits him for a healthy 750 damage. So Erbo's going to back off a little. He doesn't want to die within the first 2 minutes of the game. Being that he is the tier 10 heavy. But there are later parts in this game where you're just going to think, wow, why don't I have an E100? And many people have made that mistake before. And let me tell you, I don't want an E100. I don't want any German heavy tank. I've got a Lerva, or a Low. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm not very happy with it. So I'll let that be my only German heavy for a long time. Now, you can see that in chat, I know Malacore and Erbo are on TeamSpeak, but in chat they're trying to, inspire their team to move forward. Erbo kind of dicks over this IS-3 a little bit, but whatever. He's in an IS-3 and Erbo's in the E100. IS-8 is not looking happy. He knows that. Yep, there it is. 3rd kill. And Erbo can just safely ignore that T-50-41. Doesn't look like he has a APCR clip loaded anyway, and he's not going to wait for his reload. He knows that Malacore and that WZ-111-14 will be able to handle that guy. And you can see the field was crushed by the enemy team, so they know that they have to take care of this town and kill everyone on these spokes. Bounces a shot from the T-32 after he put a nice one into the IS-3. Bounces the IS-3's BL-9 shot. And this is not what you're going to want to see or do, is show that nice flat armor to an E100 using heat. He's on 4 kills, almost 3,500 damage already. His T-32 is not looking great. He's got his back turned to these 2 tanks, and he's going to face the wrath of the E100's gun. That's 5 kills. So we keep on moving. Town looks like it's getting wasted pretty hard. He doesn't want to show his side to that Object 704 because it definitely can go through him, even though the side armor is spaced. So maybe if he was using heat, he'd get lucky, get his tracks, that sort of thing. They're winning 8-6 right now, and they've still got both their tier 10s, whereas the other team has lost their bad chat already. And what do you know, 2 more tanks just lined up for him. He tries to get the Centurion, but winds up hitting the T-34. It's fine with that. T-34 is a far better player anyway, and has a more dangerous gun. Though he's on above half health, so he's probably not too worried about anything in this game, unless that T-57 clips him. He's reloaded, comes around the corner, and 6 kills. 5,000 damage. Now, I don't think he sent me the screenshots of the after battle report, but I know he has Reaper. I think he gets high caliber. I think he gets a first class badge in this. That's what he told me. I wouldn't be surprised. It is pretty much a tier 9 and 8 game, which you could expect to do well in any tier 10 tank. But regardless, it's still pretty impressive. I'm just going to speed this up because, quite frankly, not much else happens. Except, I told you he had 7 kills, didn't I? Well, does he get the arty? No. Look at this T-54 and look at the shot that Erbo gets on him. Remind you that an angled T-54 is impossible to pen almost, but he gets a nice side shot and destroys that T-54. And there's only one thing left. That T-57 heavy, Erbo decides to sit in the cap, but then he gets a little bloodlust and wants to run out there and help everyone before the 57 heavy kills everything. So he goes out, tries to get a shot. 57 moves, and unfortunately he cannot line up his last shot. So while Malacore only had one kill, you saw him dishing out the damage in this game. And the next game that I'm going to bring to you is basically a highlight of Malacore dishing out the damage. So I'm going to bring that to you in just a second. Alright guys, and welcome back. This is the final game of the trio. This is Malacore and his T-54. Platooned up with a guy I don't really know very well, Kansas. I'm sure he's a great player, but he's not in my clan. I've never played with him. He's in his AMX 12T, and they're on steps in an encounter battle. So I'm going to be focusing on Malacore just because I don't really know Kansas, and I hope that's not an insult, Kansas. I'm sure you're a good player. Maybe come over to VAS and we'll try and get you on board. Sorry, that's enough of a plug for my clan. Anyway, I saved this replay for last because this is quite honestly the best one of the group, and that's nothing about Erbo and Escobar, who both had great games. But you can see Malacore making his way down this west line where you see most medium tanks go, and he's going to run into a couple of tanks, and you can tell that I think the enemy team massed its forces on the east end. And we sent a sizable force down there. Also, we have an E-75, an E-100, a Jagdpanzer, a T-69. We have a Super Pershing who, it's probably his first time in the game, because he's sitting up on the one line with the artillery for some strange reason. But you can see Malacore runs headfirst in this T-54, and they're going to get into a little Russian Tier 9 medium duke out. For some reason, when I record Malacore's videos, the frames drop precipitously on my computer. So if my commentary seems a little stop and start, it's because I'm recording like 30 videos, 10 seconds each, so that we don't get so much frame loss. Anyway, you can see Malacore's loading heat, but unable to get through that cupola, which is a little interesting. I thought he would be able to, but it's an upward angle. It's a little more difficult to pen when you're shooting from an upward angle. And the T-54 makes a bit of a mistake, but Malacore can't let his shot find home. Though he is firing heat, so not sure if it would go through the tracks anyway. That's a good shot on the cupola that doesn't go through. That's a bit unfortunate. And you can see an Object 263, that's the second Russian TD line down there with the open top. When Malacore starts engaging it, I'm just screaming in my head, please shoot the mantle, please shoot the mantle. It's pretty under-armored, but he doesn't manage to. But he does get a shot into the T-54's hull, and with the heat goes right through him. So they're duking it out here. Gets another shot in there, and that T-54 is not looking long for this world now. Bounces another shot off him, trying to get the gun depression, trying. Looks like he might have a shot here, and it just bounces, strangely enough. So you can see Malacore's got a decent size of force behind him. He's got an IS-7, an Indian Panzer, Ferdinand, Panther II. So, but you can see that our west flank is just getting circled and will soon be completely gone. That shot goes a little high on the Panther. T-71's over here. He loads AP and finishes him off. So he's on his second kill. Yeah, their force is smaller than the green team's force here, with only a Tiger II, Panther II, and E-50, but this dangerous Object 263 with its fast-firing gun. You can see we have two tanks just out in the middle of the open, which doesn't make much sense, but they should be getting flanking shots into that west force, which encircled our entire force and has crushed them, basically. Now here, I know Malacore doesn't want to face the gun, so that's maybe why he's not putting it through the mantle of the Object 263. That's really where he needs to be shooting. So there is a weak spot right there that he finds with the heat. He's only got 2 rounds of heat left. Sorry for the stop and start gameplay here. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this recording up. But like I said, he only has now 1 shot of heat left. And he just keeps trying to bait this Object 263 into firing. But I think he's going to change up his tactic now. You can see there, E-100, KV-4, T-30 have all just wiped through our western flank. But we're semi-encircling this team over here. So that's good news. Malacore is going to come up around this rise with the bad gun depression of the T-54 and put some pressure on this Tiger II. Goes right through him. He doesn't need heat for this. Especially not when the Tiger 2 shows his side armor to him. Now it's an E50 who has a decently tough front, but not impenetrable. He's gonna wait till he reloads. Gonna get around him and secure his 4th kill. Now he's completed the complete pincer encirclement. He's got behind the Panther 2, but instead of going for the Panther 2, he smartly goes for this 263, who is turning around his hull to get shots on our team flanking. Very smart by him. And he gets his 5th kill. That Panther 2 did die also. So now it's just a T-69 on this side, and you could see that our team is frustrated, saying we should cap, but Malacore just says, "Shut the heck up. We're gonna handle this. It's not over," and it really isn't. Misses that unfortunate shot into the T-69. On 5 kills, can he get his 6th? Uh-oh. He's ammo racked. His ammo storage is hit, and now he's got a terrible reload, but he does finish off the T-69. This is bad news because he's already used his repair kit, and now he's got to face an E-100, a KB-4, and a very dangerous T-30. But now he's telling his allies to cap, and he's going to go try and hold them off. And I think that's a very good strategy at this point, especially because Malacore has some pretty troll armor in the T-54. And if he isolates them, he can just poke, shoot, shoot. Let's see what he spots around here. There's the T-30 and the KB-4. The E-100's looking the other way. He puts a nice shot into the T-30, leaving him as a one-shot for anything on the field. This poor KB-4 doesn't look to be loading any premium, and that's going to be coming into play in about a second. Luckily, he bounces that big round from the T-30. Now he knows that he's got plenty of time because the T-30's reload is longer than his is, even though he's ammo racked. Finishes off that T-30, and now it's just this KB-4 who does manage to put a shot into his engine. Luckily not setting him on fire. That E-100's about to brawl out with a Tier 9 AMX-120 and an IS-7, so luckily they seem to be competent and handle him. Now it's just going to be Bounce City against this KB-4. He doesn't know where to pen a T-54 from the front, but he can ram him to death, so this is pretty dangerous. I am going to use freak look camera here just so we can see what he's doing. But Malacore can pen with standard rounds those weak spots in the front of the KB-4's armor and the lower hull, so as soon as he's loaded, he puts a shot in. And luckily we have we have a T-69 or an AMX-120 who's going to help out, because we are ammo racked. And the AMX-120 takes him out. So that's basically it, because our IS-7 looked to have at least held off the E-100 for the most part. So now it's just a rush to see who gets to finish the E-100 off. But 4,763 damage, 7 kills in a Tier 10 game on steps when all was lost really shows what a T-54 can do in the hands of a competent tanker. And I would call Malacore, even though he seems to rage a little, I do too. At the very end here, I'm getting some frame drops, but let's just let this game finish. So here we go, we're letting it finish, and Malacore gets that 8th kill, the Radley Walters. So great game. I'm sorry that it's going to come up a little choppy, Malacore, but what are you going to do? I wanted to showcase some really excellent tanking, and I apologize that my computer seems to crap out whenever your replays are getting recorded. Maybe that's a testament to how good they are. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my content. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Cradler90, and I'll see you guys next time.